back with Bobby and JJ Radio. We've been talking with Gina Barbera, co-founder and lead organizer of WinterFest, about this year's festival coming up on December 3rd. Next, we're going to introduce you to Louis Andrews. He has been with Elf Louise for 26 years, so I want to know the history of Elf Louise. First off, is she a real person?
Yes, she is. She's
Really?
not imaginary. She does exist. And if you get her to start talking about the project, you'll be giving your billfold and your credit cards to her because she's just that good.
Is she a real elf, though?
Yes.
She's a real person and a real elf? Wow, it's
Real
like
elf.
Lord of the Rings in life. That's crazy.
Does she know the Keebler elves?
They're all related. Anyway, so you've been with Elf Louise for 26 years. Tell us about how this started.
Well, in 1969, the Trinity student, Louise Locker, was bored because it was just there was nothing to do at Christmas, and they had done everything in the world, they thought. And she said, "I'm going to do something for other people." And she went down
What
to
a
the
novel idea.
to pay it forward, right? But she went to the post office, and she wouldn't leave until they gave her some letters to Santa. And that was kind of a no-no. But if you've ever talked to Louise, she's going to get what she wants.
Okay.
So she managed to get 13 letters, and there was, I believe, 4 or 5 more students at Trinity that helped that year, and they went out and bought presents for those 13 families, and they went out and delivered them on Christmas Eve.
Oh, wow.
And these were just picked at random of the 13, but that's how it was born. The look on the children's faces when they showed up with the prizes and presents, because most of these children would not have a Christmas.
Yeah.
They're in the poor side of town. And
Why'd you look at me when you said that?
It's in your neighborhood, Bob.
well, your salary isn't up there like hers yet. She broke the glass ceiling. You're waiting for yours.
That's right. So, does she just start doing that every year?
Right,
From
and
that time?
it became from there on. It became a little bigger each year, and she got more people involved into what it is today.
Do you still steal people's letters to Santa from the post office?
No.
Oh, okay.
They deliver them to us now.
Oh, nice. That's much more legal.
Right. But it takes roughly 4,500 to 5,000 volunteers to put this on in a matter starting the end October. We start the data entry process, the applications that we get. All the applications now are coming from the social workers and the schools, so we know that they are definitely in need. The Elf Louise also had coordinated with the other Christmas projects, Salvation Army, Bill's Elves, and the police, I believe, and they're making sure that we're not duplicating services.
Sure.
Because I know before when we started, we had people in 3 different programs collecting toys.
Well, I mean, Bobby sends out like 5 letters to Santa every month.
Right.
So, yeah.
And they come back unanswered. But how did Elf Louise get involved with WinterFest?
I think Gina
I
just
sat
jumped
down
in
and
on
talked
that.
with her.
Yeah.
I actually, if you don't mind, I'll just say real briefly, I had a chance to meet Elf Louise 4 years ago and talk to her about what we were wanting to start WinterFest, and just sitting down with Elf Louise, we just hit it off. And she's a really cool lady, and so I really liked just what they were doing, and that's how we started off.
Is she cool because she's from the North Pole because she's an elf?
I think she's just really cool because of her heart. Yeah, she's really,
Bobby.
yeah.
Elves have good hearts.
You should consider that. Yeah, elves have good hearts. Yeah.
So,
Wish I was an
and it
elf.
was it's such a great story, just sitting down and visiting with her and just, wow. But actually, she was watching a Johnny Carson show. I guess that's what it all started, about the letters to Santa and kind of like what happens to these letters. So
How
I thought it was
interesting.
really cool that she went to the post office when she was thinking about this,
Yeah.
just to see if she could get the letters. And so
Don't try
I guess
that at
they
home,
just
kids.
they
Don't try
just
that at
go
home.
they just sit there. But yeah, she
That's
made
so
something
great.
happen, and that's how we got involved.
So, Louis, you're telling me that this organization is 100% volunteer, and I think you
Right.
just mentioned 5,000 volunteers.
Yeah.
For San Antonio only?
Right.
That's crazy.
This project has been tried in other cities, but the volunteers is what makes it. San Antonio has the biggest heart out of everybody I know.
I
in
thought
the
this was
city.
a national thing because I've heard this my whole life. Elf Louise, every
Just San
Wednesday.
Antonio.
Yeah.
That's where it works.
Antonio.
Every
And it
other
works
city
well.
sucks.
Apparently, because we have the best volunteers, and like I said, the city of San Antonio has the biggest heart around. I would love to have Gina and Elf Louise do some kind of interview, because between the energy that they both have, oh my
we would have to do this.
Bobby, hide your wallet.
Yeah.
We would have
And
to
bring
do
the
this at the
Kleenex.
North Pole, right?
Yes.
We'd have to do it at the North Pole. It'd be on location with Elf Louise's family. So I know that, well, because it's 100% volunteers, you are always looking for new volunteers to
Right,
help.
correct.
So what are some ways that people can dive in to help?
You can get online. It's elflouise.org, and you can sign up for the various things. We have the data entry. We have toy stockiers. We have Santas. We have just checkers for the wrapping. We have wrap room supervisors, and we have groups that come in and wrap the toys.
Do you provide the Santa costumes, or do we have to bring our own? Not
Yeah,
saying I
we-
have my own, but if I did, hypothetically.
Well, if you do, that would work. But
I had
yes,
elf
we do
ears.
provide all of the costumes, the beard, the makeup.
Nice.
We have people that are staffed there or stationed there to take care of that.
So cool.
We come in and we have people wash the uniforms that night and bring them back the next day. So everybody gets a clean uniform, clean beard.
Bobby, you could be the first Italian Santa Claus.
There you
Weird,
go.
right?
Yeah, Santa Cortez.
And every year we have a large motorcycle group that comes in and delivers toys, and that's a hoot, watching all of the bikers come up and grab toys and put them on there. And they also have the truck that makes it a little more easy for the bigger loads. But it's just, San Antonio is wonderful.
Man, gosh, I might have to get involved this year.
We need to get involved.
Come on
We do
out.
need to get involved.
Come
We don't
on
do
out.
enough.
No, we don't do enough. To get involved with Elf Louise, you can go to www.elflouise.org. They are going to be involved with WinterFest. As a reminder, if you bring an unwrapped new toy to WinterFest, you will get a photo with Santa, a horse carriage ride, and a chance to win a prize, and you'll be supporting some great kids in San Antonio, so we highly encourage you to be involved. That phone number is 210-224-1843 for more information. We have to take a quick break and hear from our show partners in this week's edition of Ask Mr. Credit. We'll be back in just a minute with more WinterFest.